Welcome back to Overground. My name is Luis, and today we're joined by Jacob for episode 8. Hey, Jacob.
Let's wrap this shit up already, dude.
Oh, no. Okay, no. No.
Are we starting or
we
not?
are starting. It just, I forgot to open up a window that I was going to be using.
Okay.
So I'll open that later on. So how you been?
No
how you
worries,
doing?
no worries. I've only been here about an hour and a half, so it's cool.
Supposed to be here an hour and a half ago, but whatever.
I mean, I got to work pretty late, so a lot of stuff going on. A lot of drama, dude. A lot of stuff's been going on.
Okay, I think I fixed it. Okay, the first thing I was going to tell you or bring up was, so on the episode that I recorded, my uncles, I had brought up, I had asked them a question on how they feel about people talking to them at urinals. Actually, how do you feel about that? About guys that talk to you at urinals? Do you ever...
Nah, it's a hard pass for me. I immediately try to just cut it short. Yeah, haha, yeah. Just bullshit like that. Like, all right, dude, nah, we ain't talking. You kidding me? You kidding? Bro, what are you doing? I'm literally talking to you about something you asked me, and you just typey on the right side. What are you doing, bro?
I'm listening to you. You're saying that
Which one is it?
You said that you do a hard pass. Anyway.
I don't talk at urinals. It's just once again, fuck you, dude. What do you mean? What are you doing? Anyway, yeah. So no. Long story short, no. I don't talk to people at urinals. That's just weird.
That is
it's like if I'm taking a shit and somebody tries to pass me, something under the thing. Like, what are you doing, dude? It's not something I do. I'm not interested.
It tastes disgusting. Again, I'm listening to you. I took a sip of my drink, but I'm still listening, so I don't get the...
I can't see you because the fucking camera's just blocking each other. I'm just looking at the camera, basically.
Anyway, yeah, I had asked them that question because, yeah, I also get bothered by it, but... So we recorded that didn't come out. Okay, and then I think it was like this past Tuesday, we had gone out for one of my cousin's birthdays, and then afterwards we went to a bar, and everything was going good, like everything was fine. But then the bar was already getting ready to close, so I figured let me use the restroom before we take off because I have to drop off some people and like I'm not gonna get home for a little bit. So so I went to the restroom and then take care of business. And the way the restroom set up is like they have like the sink right when you walk in, and then there's like a thin wall, and then next to that wall is the urinal, right?
All right.
So if you're washing your hands, you're like kind of near the urinal, right?
All right.
And so I was washing my hands, and then I hear somebody go like, "Hey, how old are you?" Right? And my first thing is they're probably talking to me, but I'm gonna hope they're not talking to me, so I'm gonna ignore it, right? And just hope that there's somebody else in here that they might be talking to, because there's also a small restroom, so there's a possibility that people getting like in line to use their urinal.
Okay.
Right? So I'm thinking like maybe that guy's talking to somebody, whatever. So I ignore it, and then he's like, "Hey, buddy, how old are you?" And then at this point, I'm like, okay, for sure they have to be talking to me because it's 32 times, right? And I don't hear anybody else responding in any way, right? Like nothing. So I ignore it one more time, continue washing my hands, and he's like, "Hey, man, like, how old are you?" So I finally figured, I was like, "It's me." So I just turned, and I was like, I just looked at the guy, and I had to move back a little bit because like the wall is like directly in front.
Were you trying to get a peep or what?
No, I just didn't want to be rude and just like be talking to the wall. But also like he could see me because he was tall, so he was able to look over the wall, look down at me.
Okay.
But I just felt like it was weird, right? So I just moved back a little bit, but not enough to where I'm like right in front of the urinal, right? Like I'm not, I'm not there with them. I just moved back a little bit, and then I look at him and I'm like 24, and he just stays like staring at me. And then at this point, he's turning, right? Like at first, it was just his head. I was like looking my way, but now he's turning his body. I was like, no, please. Like I was just hoping his pants weren't like unbuttoned or anything like that, right? And then he just turns. Thankfully, he hadn't done anything. Like he had just got into urinal, basically. So
turns to you. This is half that. Like what?
No, I'm saying like he was still fully covered. Like he had just got into the urinal, right? So he hadn't done anything yet. So thankfully he was fully covered. But no, and then he just started telling me, he's like, "Cool, I'm 34, and I used to be."
Great.
He was like, "I used to be an accountant," and I was like, "Oh, that's crazy." And I was gonna tell him like I'm an accountant, right? But then he continued talking. He's like, "I used to be in accounting, hated it, sucks. That wasn't for my life." So I did a complete 180, and now I'm an electrical engineer. And then he started telling me about how he got some job that he is it? I think they called it a journeyman.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So he's one of those, and then he was telling me that he travels all around the U.S. He was telling me about like what he does, how much he gets paid, and he said that it was a much better lifestyle than being an accountant. And then he started telling me about, I think, like he told me his what he gets per year, but then he mentioned like the hourly, which I think was like 36 an hour. And he's like, and I'm over there doing this job solo, so like I'm, alone, so I might as well just put all my time into work. So he's like, so I do a bunch of overtime, so that means 36 an hour plus time and a half. And then he's like, I don't know the math, but it's a lot. And I was like, yeah, that's quite a bit.
I'll tell you what I don't know the math on this one. It's how long this conversation was at the porta potty, basically. Y'all hugging in there or something like, dude, this is too long of a convo for me to even have. Like, dude, I'm 30, leave me alone, right? I'm washing my hands and then I walk. I'm not here, oh yeah, and then like, let me tell you the 10 years of my life. Like, nah, this urinal talk ain't for me. I don't know what you... Talk to me outside when we're grabbing a fucking bite, not in the bathroom in the same stall, right? Like, I'm not doing that.
I think it was going on for like a good minute, and I was planning on cutting it off sooner, but then when he mentioned about him being in accounting, I was like, oh wait, maybe this might go somewhere because I'm in accounting, right? So maybe he's gonna tell me something. I don't know, something,
PP
right?
Gets hard, right?
Huh? What?
I said PP gets hard.
No. Anyway, so he's telling me about that, and then he's like, I do 70 hours a week, and he's like, I have such a good lifestyle, whatever. But also, there was a part of me that was listening, right? Because I was like, maybe he might, I don't know, tell me how he switched from accounting to or something, right? But then another part was also like, I don't see this conversation going anywhere, so I should just cut it off, right? But the thing is, he kept talking, like going and going. So if I was gonna cut it off, it was gonna be like a hard interruption, like just like him in the middle saying something and me just being like, okay, I gotta go, just like leaving, right? And I didn't want to do that either.
Bro, at least there wasn't a line where you're just standing there all awkward between the sinks and the line.
No, but I feel like if there was a line, it wouldn't have gone on for so long because it was almost 2 a.m. and so like the bars are closing. So that there's really no other, like, it's not many people left.
Yeah.
And then my brother comes in, or he opens the door, right? He opens the door, and so I see him. I'm like, okay, perfect. Here's my chance to leave. And my brother's just like standing there, like waiting, right, like for me to walk out.
All right.
And the guy notices that my brother's there, but he doesn't know he's my brother, right? He just thinks it's another guy just standing there. And the guy talking to me notices that I'm just staring at my brother, and he's like, "Nah, bro, fuck that guy." I'm still talking.
What?
And I was like,
"What, bro?"
And he was like, "They can wait." And I was gonna tell him, I was like, "No, I'm with them, right?" But then my brother jumped in. He's like, "Oh, it's because the bar's closing and we're leaving, and we got to take them." And so the guy's like, "Oh, so you're with them?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm with them." And he's like, "Oh, okay." And then just continued talking. And then so at that point I did come off. I'm like, "Hey, yeah, I'll look into it. I'll take it into consideration. But yeah, I'm gonna go." And he's like, "All right, have a good one." So I left, and then I get back to my cousins, and I'm telling them like what happened, right?
Okay.
And then I'm just talking on, and I'm like, "Oh, the guy was just telling me about how he makes so much money. He's not an accountant anymore, whatever." And then one of my cousins was like, "He's right there. He's right there." And I didn't hear her at first, right? Because I just kept going. So I kept telling him more. And then, I finally heard it like loud enough. And she's like, "He's right there." So I kind of like looked back a little bit. And like he was passing by because he had just walked out of the restroom too. So he was like passing by me as I was telling them everything. And I was like, "Oh no."
Jesus.
And then he just gave out like a little laugh. He just like laughed about it as he was crossing, like walking by.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, and then he went to like a totally different section. And then we left. But as we're walking towards, like we're coming from like one corner, we're walking towards the door. He's also leaving at the same time, but from the new corner that he's at. So my next thing was like, we're 100% going to like cross paths again. So I started walking slower. That way I wouldn't accidentally, go out at the same time as him.
Yeah, it sounds like he's trying to groom you or something.
Okay.
I'm making a lot of money, dude. You should come with me. We travel together. It's honestly, dude, it sounds like he's trying to do something, right? I don't know. To me, I just mid-conversation, if I'm just not having it, I'm a walk. Like if you're talking to me and then I'm not feeling it, I'll just literally walk out. I'm not gonna waste my time on it. So potty talk, not for me.
I mean, I think I would have had more courage to do something like that if the bar was like still functioning the same way.
Yeah.
But since it was almost 2, like the music was already dead, majority of the bar was already empty, the lights were back on. So I would have just felt awkward being like, if I just dipped and then he walks out, he could see me like, oh, that's the guy that just cut me off, make conversation.
Fuck that guy. Like, he
no, but
care about
and then
you
his height was also kind of scary. I had to look up to talk to the guy. He wasn't like eye level with me, so Jesus, and he was also like one of those, like, he wasn't massive, but he had some build to him, because even at one point in the conversation he even brought up, he's like, you see what I'm wearing? And he was wearing one of those like those plaid shirts, but like the ones that you see on people that are like out working like in woods and stuff like that. That type. He's like, yeah, I wear this to work because like we don't have a uniform, like this is my work uniform. Oh my God. And then he was telling me about how he had just gotten back into the valley and he went straight to the bar. He's like, so that's why I'm still in my work clothes, because I just came straight this way. So
yeah, bro, check out these spandex. I got these assless chaps right now. Like, like, come on, dude. I would have just failed. Like, even if you just walk and you're still in the same place, like, what's he gonna do? Assault you right there?
I don't know. That's why I didn't do anything.
Picks you up, right? Give me a kiss. Nah, dude. Just dip. If you're that nervous about it, just dip.
I just didn't know what the point of the car. Like, I genuinely thought maybe at the end he was gonna be like, hey, here's a business card, like in case you want to consider working in something like this, right? Like, because I thought it was gonna be, you know, but no, I didn't even get that. So I don't, and he didn't tell me the name of his company either. So I got nothing from that conversation other than he jumped from an accountant to an electrical engineer that makes like, I don't know how much he said per year. Yeah. But yeah, it was really awkward and weird. And so I just thought it was a weird coincidence. Like, I brought that up to my uncles, and then 4 days later, here I am in that same situation.
I don't know. Sounds like he's just trying to flex just because he can, or that he's really just capping and he just wanted to talk to somebody because he's lonely as fuck. Okay. Like, yeah, it has to be one of those options. If not, he's straight up just trying to groom you. Like, hey, bro, come on. Like, come to my place. Something, I don't know. Here's my number. I don't got a business card, but you can have my personal. Right? Like, nah, dude. We ain't having that combo.
Well, at the end, I also realized I gave him the wrong age. I'm not 24. I'm 23.
I was gonna say, I was like, you're capping too.
Yeah,
like,
well, because I forgot my age. Like, I genuinely forgot my age. So that's why I was like, I'm 24. Like, that's literally how I said it when I told it to him. Because I think. Yeah, I did like the whole like look off and like think. Yeah. Because I genuinely forgot my age. Because I don't use it for anything. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
I mean, the other day I thought I was 22, and then I realized, oh no, I'm old as fuck. Like, I'm getting there, right? So I'm 24, and I was like, shit. It's like, it really hit me the other day. I actually thought I was 22. I was surprised. I feel like I'm 22 though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I feel
like a little bit like Taylor Swift.
No, dude.
Do you know that song?
I know what you're talking about, but no, that's not even what I was referencing. I was fine. I felt 20, right? Like, Jesus. No Taylor Swift reference here.
But anyway, that happened. All right, my next question is, I was on Reddit. Do you still use Reddit?
No, not often.
You got off everything, right?
Find some stuff on there, but no, I don't really use Reddit too often, no.
When you used to use Reddit, what were your subreddits?
I was in some subreddits. I forgot which ones they were. I know it was something with finance. I was in a lot of finance ones. What? What?
Of course.
Yeah, it was related to finance, and then also gaming, like PC buildings.
Okay,
like
I have that one. Yeah,
computers and servers.
Yeah. Oh, not the servers, but yeah. I have like.
Okay. Okay.
I'm following the one of the what is it? The battleships, right? Like the one where you set up, like for your PC, like the desk or like your game room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, okay. All right, where are you going with it? Like, tell me about it. What do you mean?
I know one of the ones I visit frequently was like the is it relationship advice? No, but not because I need any, but because it's funny reading the stories that are on there.
Some of them are bad. I know what you're talking about. I've seen those too. Yeah. Some of them are bad.
Yeah, some of them are kind of intense. But there's also some funny ones, some silly ones. But there was one that I read a couple of days ago about this. I think it was a girl. She was talking about how she met this guy, and then that, she took him back to her place, and they just got straight to it. They just got down, got dirty, and then she said that the next morning, I think it was the next morning, the guy was already gone, but she found like skid marks on her bed sheets. So, oh my god! So she was talking about how she regrets like not getting to know him more when they got back to the apartment instead of just jumping straight into it. Yeah. Because she said like she didn't like they were also like playing in the dark kind of.
Okay.
So she didn't really see much of him when they were in bed. So that's why she didn't notice the skid marks until the next morning. Because that night they were just like going at it or whatever. So then she was like realizing who knows how dirty he could have been, right? That she just didn't know because she didn't really see him in the dark.
I mean, was she like wasted, or was she even drinking?
Oh, I don't remember the drinking part. I mean, she knew that they were hooking up. She knew that part. She just didn't notice anything else. But there's some people in the comments saying like, if he was dirty from behind, you don't know how clean he is in the front, right? And so,
really, dude.
Anyway, I bring that up to ask because I know you get around, right? So I was gonna ask.
What the fuck? What? Nah, I mean, I talk to a lot of girls, yeah, sure. But
so you get around, yeah.
But I'm not messing every day or something. Like, I'm not messing all the time.
Oh, so what are you doing?
I literally just talk to him and then ghost. That's it. Like, you think I'm capping? Like, people think I'm messing and shit.
I believe you, but that doesn't make it any better of an answer.
Yeah, Flirt City, I talk them up, whatever, it's cool. Like, have a conversation with them. Sometimes I just want a genuine conversation with some of them, and like we go out, go on little dates and stuff. It's cool, but like I'm not messing where I'm sleeping every weekend or something. I don't know. I don't think anybody here is worth it. So like, I just genuinely I don't think so. So I haven't felt any straight up connection with anybody. So no, I just talk to them, and after a while, it's you're boring, and then I ghost. See ya. Or I just tell them straight up, like, nah, I don't want to talk to you.
I think that's better than ghosting. At least you give them some of that closure.
Dude, the catfish reached out to me the 4th time. It's insane. I was like, I got a random message out of nowhere. I already told her like 3 times, dude, we're not having this. Like, we're not, like, I'm not about this. I got catfished one time, and it was so surprising. I never fallen for that shit ever, but for some reason this time, I guess I fell for it, whatever. And I was like, nah, like whatever. After that, I cut him off completely, and I told him straight up, we ain't doing this ever again. Like, I don't block people. It's very, very rare I'll block somebody, but yeah, they hit me up through 2 different phone numbers already. And they're just like, hey, and then I'm like, who's this? And hey, it's me from whatever. And I'm like, dude, like, nah. So just, again, ghost them. Tell them the same thing. We ain't doing this. And they keep messaging back, trying to see what's up. Like, no. So I didn't mess, though, for any of you wondering. Like, I'm not out here sleeping with catfish and shit. No.
Thanks.
I'm not doing that shit. No way. Like I said, I talked to a bunch of girls, flirt, casual convos, like everything's real basic, and then if it gets there and cool, it gets there. I don't really care though. Like, not out here trying to bang every chick I meet or something. Not like that.
All right. Well, I'm gonna get back to.
I don't know where that went. Right? Fuck you, dude. What do you mean? You're the one that asked me, called me basically a hoe, right?
No,
You're
but
sleeping every day.
No, I'm gonna get back to your catfish thing, but now that you brought up catfish, there was this other story that I was listening to about and it happened in the U.S. actually. Wait, was it, or maybe Canada? Okay. I think it was Canada. Huh?
I just said okay.
Oh, it was Canada, but it was this girl that her parents kept her like super sheltered for some reason, and when she was already older, she met this lady who they became friends, and then that lady ended up taking the girl, like convincing the parents like let her go out and stuff, right? But since she had been sheltered for so much, sheltered for so much,
goddamn,
sheltered for so long, she basically had like no social skills, right?
Okay.
And then so she just didn't know how to behave in some situations, and so like, yeah, you know, she started going out more and more, and her parents were getting more comfortable with the people she was with or whatever. And the lady that she met that became her friend, that lady knew this, I don't know if it was a cousin of hers or some guy that she knew, that the sheltered girl ended up falling for, right? She ended up falling for that guy, but that guy didn't reciprocate feelings. So what the sheltered girl ended up doing was like making, like a catfish profile, and but like it was a CIA catfish profile.
Okay.
And so she would email her own parent or like her own mom, and be like, hey, you know, like this boy, which is the boy that the sheltered girl is falling for, is like super dangerous, whatever. And in a way, she was like doing it because she had also started cyberbullying the guy since he like didn't reciprocate, right? She started cyberbullying him and the girl he was dating. And so like the three of them were like going at it. This was like back in like 2009, I think. So it was like all happening through Facebook. And so like the three of them were just always fighting back and forth online. And the girl made the catfish CIA profile to try to get her parents to like be upset at that guy. And it got to the point where she sent the mom an email talking about like the guy's in some type of gang and him and his gang are tired of the way the girl has been cyberbullying him. So now they're going to like do something to her. Right. And the reason a big part of it was stupid is because the mom fell for the emails. Like, why is a CIA agent gonna email you? Like, who do you? Yeah, that's why. Who do you think you are? They're gonna be like, and it's because apparently the agent was telling her that they knew the situation because of it being on Facebook, and so they were keeping watch of like everybody, and that they were like apparently watching the daughter and that guy, and they knew all of the guy's involvements or whatever, and they knew what he was planning because they see what he talks about online with his friends. Mm-hmm. Which makes no sense because, again, why would the CIA just email you personally?
And then give you all that info.
Yeah. And then I think the story even mentioned, like, some of the stuff in the email was, like, not grammar mistakes, but just, like, not proper ways to email. Like, there was stuff in bold that shouldn't be bolded. Mm-hmm. Or, like, you know, stuff like that. Like, it's not proper format. So, I mean, I would feel like a common sense person would know, like, this doesn't feel, was not mature, but, like, professional.
Yeah.
Right, but apparently the mom fell for all of it. And so on that last email about how the guy was apparently planning to do something, the mom freaked out and told her husband, and apparently the husband was like some psycho. And so he got together with his daughter's boyfriend, because at this point she does have a boyfriend, but it's not the guy she fell for.
Yeah.
And the boyfriend apparently hates the other guy, and the dad hates the other guy. So they came up with a plan to, in the middle of the night, go to the guy's house and like murder him. And they did. They like murdered him and his wife and the baby that they had.
Jesus.
And then I don't remember how they got caught. I think because the neighbor went over to ask for something, and then they found the dead bodies, and then, you know, little by little they started figuring out like how it happened, whatever. But anyway, the point is, it was stupid, all because the mom fell for like a stupid CIA email. Prank. Yeah. And that's when they found out that the daughter had actually set up the account and she was the one emailing the mom. Like, and it wasn't like a one-time email thing. It was like a consistent thing.
Yeah.
So that's another thing that's questionable. It's like, why do you think that, aside from them emailing you personally, why do you think the CIA is going to be consistently emailing you? It makes no sense. But anyway.
Yeah.
Had nowhere going with that story other than that was a catfish story. But back to your catfish situation. So when you say you ghost, what's your process for ghosting? Like, you're the type to just block? Like, oh, the conversation ended, I'm going to block them before they message me again tomorrow? Or is it like, they're in the middle of typing, let me just block them now?
No, like I said, I never block anybody. It's so rare that I'll ever block anybody. Like, it's super rare.
Oh.
I think I've only blocked like 1 or 2 people in my life. But, like, I've never blocked people. I just tell them straight up. If it's not working out, I usually just tell them straight up, like, yeah, this ain't going to go nowhere. But if it's just a dry convo, if you're dry with me straight up, I don't even bother with you. Like, you're wasting my time because you're not putting any effort in a convo. And it's so common, people just, it's just like come and go. So I'm already used to just, if it's already going that direction, I can tell almost immediately. And then at that point, it's just like, if I already know that I'm going to be wasting my time, I just leave you there. I'm not going to bother even trying to tell you. If you hit me up later, hey, what's up? Okay, hey, what's up? But I'm not going to be like, oh my God, let me, put extra effort into you. Nah. If we're having a good convo and stuff, then sure, it's vibing, and I'll hit you with, yeah, like, this ain't going to work. And then I'll just ghost you. I'll make it clear if we're vibing already. But if we're not, if it's just immediately right off the bat dry, then no, fuck you. Like, I'm just going to leave your ass there. I'm not going to tell you, oh my God, I'm going to leave. Like, nah. So, but.
Do you double text?
No.
You don't double text?
No. The only times in which I would double text is if it's like, we're going to meet up somewhere. Hey, we're going to go over here. Just checking up, like, the time or whatever, like, are you ready? Something like that. Or I'm outside. Okay, like.
Yeah, that's another thing. Do you text them that you're outside and wait at the car, or you like go up to the door and you're like, hey,
I'm right
here.
I'm
out here.
I'm pretty formal with it. Okay. Hey, right at their windows. Hey. Nah, SimCity. Nah, I'm formal with it. I go to the door. I don't care about meeting the family. I'm cool with meeting the family. It's just recently I went on another date and I asked this girl. I said, "So what's it like?" Because I knew she was in like a really bad area. I said, "What's it looking like? Meet the family night or what's up?" Like, and she just said, "Nah, I don't want you to meet my family. Like, my family's crazy." And straight up, her mom, I brought her home at like 1 a.m., 2 a.m., and her mom came outside, and her mom was just waiting outside, just there. And I was like, "Hey, you gotta go. Like, you gotta go." And the mom, she doesn't come up to the car, but she's just like real, like, bitchy. I get it, because I asked her, I was like, straight up, like, "Yeah, you got a curfew or what's up?" Like,
how old is she?
She was like 22. 18. What the fuck? No, bro, I'm not borderline over here. No way. No, she's like 22, 23.
No, I'm just saying because of like the curfew thing. Like, no, I guess it does make sense. No, yeah, it does make sense. Yeah,
people, yeah. I already know how some people are. So, that's also, you got a curfew or anything? And she was just like, "Nah, I'm good. But 2 a.m. comes in, and then her mom's already waiting there, like, "You gotta get your ass inside," type of thing. I'm like, fuck. So, I don't know. It wasn't bad though. Her mom didn't bitch me out or anything, but. What the hell is that? Your parents here? Or?
No, my brother's getting here. No, but I get you. No, I haven't dealt with any of that because I haven't gone on any dates like in what are we, 2022?
Yeah,
I think like 2017 maybe.
What the fuck? For real?
Yeah, I think it was 2017.
They're fun. Like, I like to just go places and just see new stuff, try new things, or like I said, just genuinely hang out with somebody just to hang out, like meet new people. So I'm not looking to mess.
Yeah, you're tired of your friends telling you no to plans.
Yeah, that's why I just go to Europe and stuff solo. Like, I knew you were gonna bring that shit up too.
Another Europe, right? Always talking about Europe.
Like, dude, every time we do that's my life.
I wasn't gonna bring it up. I'm happy because of how casual you're. Like, yeah, my friend's bailing me, so I just go to Europe. Like, okay.
Because we've been talking about Vegas since 2017 or 2016.
Yeah, I know.
And we haven't gone once. And I'm like, bro, if y'all just gonna keep lying and just talk, I ain't having that shit. So I'm gonna go on my own time.
I'm gonna go spend like a month in Prague.
Yeah, I'd rather a month in Austria, a month in Germany, a month here. Like, dude, I'm just gonna go because, like, why not? I have friends abroad now, so I have places to go, I guess. But as soon as we're on that Italy talk again, I don't see it happening. This guy doesn't even want to buy tickets this Monday to Judas Priest, and that's because he's been bringing it up to me like 4 different times.
Oh, apparently, you know how we have like Black Friday. Oh, Black Friday's today actually.
Yeah,
I didn't do anything. And then we have Cyber Monday.
Yeah.
Apparently Tuesday is like a travel Tuesday, and they have like discounts on travel stuff. FYI, like for plane tickets and hotels and stuff. That's like the biggest discount day for traveling.
Trying to book something?
Probably not.
Not with you, but
no, but it popped. I don't know where I saw it, that apparently it was like a thing. And then after I saw that article or whatever it was, it started popping up more and more like in other places. So that's why I was like, oh, I guess it's a real. It wasn't someone just saying stuff. It's like an actual thing, because I had never heard of that like ever. I would have thought it was gonna be bigger like news if it was a thing.
I think that's how it usually is though. Like Mondays and Tuesdays. I think it's specifically Tuesdays. They're always cheaper.
Oh, for traveling, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's just how it is usually.
Yeah.
Because I know when I was over there, even train tickets on certain days, like I got first class several times, and I got it really cheap compared to other days. Some days it'd be like, depending on my route, it'd be like $80 to $120. But one time or a couple times I was able to get it for like $40, first class, and I was like, oh shit. But I don't know, economy is usually like $50 average. So I don't know. I just think it's just like that everywhere. It's just cheaper during the week.
Yeah. I heard that Tuesdays, and then also like booking stuff to go to like take trips during the week is also cheaper than going on weekends, which that one makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, there was another thing I was gonna. Oh yeah, the dating thing. Yeah, so I think 2017 was like the last time I went somewhere.
Why though? Why haven't you gone on any dates yet?
Nah.
What do you mean, nah? I haven't found my one and only. Like, try, get yourself out there.
No, I'm chilling, vibing. But yeah, I think it was 27 because I remember it was around the same time that I had started college, and so I remember, I think it was like first semester of college, and then I remember I was like, oh, I think everybody's getting on Tinder, so I'm gonna get on Tinder because that's what apparently like all the college freshmen are doing.
Yeah.
And then I did, and then it went alright. It was okay. It was an interesting time. I remember there was also this one girl that I was walking with a friend, and he was also on Tinder, and so I think, like if you're near, or like if you're within like the same area, I think you get shown the same people, I think, or at least like some of the same people. Yeah. And so a lot of the girls that he was seeing are the same girls that I was seeing, and then there was one that popped up on my phone first, and her bio said something like only swipe right if you're okay with being like mentally manipulated or something like that. I don't know, it was like something like that, like she just wants to mess with your mental.
Yeah.
And so I saw it and I like laughed about it because I thought it was like a satire type of like bio, and then I showed it to my friend and he's like, no dude, like you should go for that, like I want to go for that, I would go for that. And he's like, so you should go for that and see what happens. So like as a joke I was like, all right, so I swiped right.
Okay.
And then a little bit later she did end up popping up on his phone too, so he swiped right. And then that afternoon I ended up finding out that her and I matched, right? And then so I don't know how Tinder works in the background, but I just assumed, like, since we had seen her at the same time, that I'm gonna assume that on her end, when she's on it, me and my friend are also gonna pop up on the same time, like for her, right?
Okay.
And then so since it said that, you know, she matches me, and I was like, okay, so that means she might be like online. So I'm gonna give it some time because I'm gonna assume that eventually my cousin's gonna pop up on her phone too, and then or not my cousin, sorry, my friend. And then I ended up not messaging him that day. I think I waited like the next day, and I saw him again. I was like, hey, so like that girl that you ever, you know, did you ever hear from her? And he's like, nah, I never got a match, so I don't think we matched. And so from then on, we just assumed that she didn't swipe right on him. And then I felt bad because he actually was interested, like genuinely interested in her because of the bio, and I only did it like as a joke. And then I ended up matching with her, and then he didn't, you know. So I just whatever.
They didn't go anywhere though? Like,
no, I mean I did message her I think at one point, but she definitely was serious about the whole mental manipulation thing, and I'm not looking for that.
In what way?
I don't know.
She put my mind in a pretzel. Like, what did she do, dude?
Like, I don't know what's involved.
I fell into a major depression and almost killed myself. Like, dude, actually, I don't mean to sidetrack.
Go ahead, sidetrack.
My cousin's kid. She's 5, dude. She's 5. She went to school, made some friends, is now like super popular apparently in her elementary school, and she was bullying kids already.
She peaked in elementary.
Oh, I guess so. I mean, she's already alpha, like at the top. So she's bullying kids like bad, and then they sent her home, almost gave her a suspension at 5 because she told these girls like, you all are ugly, something like eat my panocha type of thing, something like that. And then she told this kid, the boy, she's like, you're such a pussy, go kill yourself. And she almost got suspended for it. And I'm like, bro, like, you're 5. Like, like, what are you doing? So, I don't know.
But you said that was your cousin's kid.
That's my cousin's kid, yeah.
So, like, is she picking all that stuff up from your cousin? Or
I mean,
I'm not saying your cousin's a bad parent. I'm just asking.
I'm saying yes. I'm saying yeah. I'm saying so because, dude, they're like, like, you're 5. What do you mean? Like, you have to be learning it from somewhere, you know? Or TikTok. I know they're all about TikTok or something. I can imagine what's on there.
There's actually some really weird content for kids. Like on TikTok or YouTube. Right? I have a little cousin that I think is 6 or 7. I think 6. Okay. And on YouTube, he's also like my tia has him like on the what is it, like YouTube Kids or whatever.
Yeah.
With like the parental guidance and stuff. And sometimes like he'll show me the videos that pop up there, and it's really weird because the videos like on the outside they look like they're for kids, like they'll come from like a kids channel, or the thumbnail would look like it's for kids, but then the actual video, it's like the content itself is not for kids. So it's very easy. I just realized when he was showing me all that, I'm like, oh, it's so easy for someone just to pretend like, oh, it's a kids channel, And in the beginning, at least make it look that way. But then as you like, if you're actually watching and listening, you're learning this is no way made for kids. They just like found like a loophole to like still. Anyway, so it's like it's messed up stuff. But yeah, my little cousin also got in trouble because he I don't think he knows how to wait. Yeah, he doesn't say the F word, but he knows how to spell it. I think that's how the story went. And then he has a friend who doesn't know how to spell it, but knows how to say it. So, so like there was one day where they like teamed up, and his friend told him to go write the word like on the board. So my cousin went and wrote it, and and then obviously got in big trouble, and then like his friend did too. And so my Theo was telling us about it, and one of my cousins was like, "Okay, but like, where did he get the word from? Like how does he know that?" And my Theo just like paused for a second, and she's like, "Well, like we do say it at home, but like we're just hoping he doesn't pick it up." I was like,
dude, what do you mean?
But I thought it was one of like the funniest things because it was like, how do you think he's not gonna be like, "Oh, okay"?
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna say that one. Like, bro, what you mean?
No, they did tell him, right? Like, don't be cussing and stuff. But I mean, like, kids are gonna like do it anyway. Kids are but okay. Kids are also
okay. Let me breathe real quick.
I gotta tell myself to like calm down with the speaking because I just messed up. Actually, I messed up on. I think it was a clip. Oh, you don't have Instagram anymore, right?
No, I deleted all my social media. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't show it to you later, but there was a clip from I think like 2 episodes back where I was trying to say a sentence, but I think I was trying to say 3 at the same time, or start off with 3. So I kept bringing in like the one word from each sentence, but it was like. I was backtracking, going and backtracking, and it was just a mess. Where was I going with that?
I don't know.
My cousin. No, I was
lost me there. Okay. I was like, where is he going with this shit?
No, I was gonna forget something about my cousin. Oh no, about kids being brutal. You ever had a kid tell you like anything to your face?
Nah, but dude, Justin gets bullied all the time, like by little kids. I don't know what it is with the kids bullying Justin though, but they dog on his ass all the time. Bro, what are you doing?
I was trying to, the computer was messing up and I got scared.
Nah, that's cool.
This is the second time you interrupt me about what I'm doing on the side.
That's actually like the 4th time, but who's counting, right? I'm not taking notes. Jesus, nah. Back on topic though. Justin gets bullied all the time. I mean, he dogs on them too. Like he talks shit back, but like they're little kids, like dude. But they never. Tell
I would.
What?
I would like I'd talk back to a kid.
Oh yeah, I mean why not?
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, you just
can
made
literally
it
just
like
push them, and what are you gonna do?
Yeah,
what are you
I don't get physical with the kids.
Right? Start whipping their ass. Nah, like Anthony. We were at the trampoline park just for the lulz. Like I mean, it's fun. I'm not even gonna lie. It's pretty fun. But we went to the trampoline park.
It's super fun.
All these kids are running around, and I'm doing front flips, back flips, doing all that shit, just jumping, whatever. Some kids come up to Justin, start telling him shit. Justin starts telling him stuff back, and then Anthony, he doesn't know how to flip. So he's trying. And this one kid's like, look, dude, like, it's easy. And he does this flip, and then he just, like, looks at Anthony like, easy, and then he runs, right? He comes back, Anthony's still trying. He's like, oh my God, dude. He's like, you're such a bozo. He's like, you can't flip, like idiots. And then he just flips. He's like, it's like that, dude. It's not hard. And then he just runs, and Anthony's just like, whoa. Like, he doesn't know what to say, but it's like, dude. Like, the kid's just dogging on him for nothing. But with me, they're like, oh, hey, what's up? Like, they just run around me. They don't give a shit. But I don't know. I don't know what it is with little kids. I don't like little kids that much anyways.
I mean, they're alright. I just laugh at them whenever they are brutal. I mean, sometimes like it is mean comments, but like I said, I just match the energy. So at the end of the day, I'm not that butthurt about it. I think it's just kind of funny how they're like they don't have like a filter, right?
Yeah, no, they don't actually.
Because I mean, yeah, you're gonna tell a kid not to say certain things, but they don't feel bad about it.
Yeah, no, there's nothing you could do. It pisses me off that you can't do. I mean, I get it. You can't. I'm not gonna beat some kid's ass, but like, dude, sometimes you just wanna. Like, if they're really talking. It's like, well, fuck you. What are you gonna do, pussy? Like, I don't take it personally. I'm not like, oh my God, I'm gonna kill this kid. Like, nah. But dude, sometimes if I'm just not having it and you're fucking with me, like, nah, dude, we ain't doing that. So sometimes some kids just don't learn. Like, I don't know, man. Where my dad used to work, there was this kid. There was this guy working for him, and he was like stealing all the tools and shit. He wasn't working for my dad. He's working for the guy who works with my dad.
Okay.
And what is it called? He was stealing tools, all this shit. He brought his kid. His kid was like 7, right? He brought his kid over, and he was like also stealing shit, right? Following his dad, and they let him ride on some 4-wheelers and shit, because we had the 4-wheelers there, and we're just doing some shit. The kid breaks something like bad. I forgot what he did, but he broke something, and the dad was just like, "Oh, like it's whatever, mijo. Like who cares? Who gives a shit? Like right." And my dad and my dad's friend were pissed. They're like, "What the fuck?" But the kid just gets on the 4-wheelers, like driving away, doing what he wants, and we're like, "Bro, get the fuck off our 4-wheelers! Like you just totally wrecked this shit, and now you just." I'm gonna take it easy. Like, what the fuck? Like, that's some bullshit. Shit like that pisses me off. But if you're just talking like, your mama's a hoe, right? I don't care. Like, I'm not gonna throw with you just on that. Like, nah. But if you're literally destroying my property, it's like, hold up, dude. That's different. Not a joke.
No, you'll check them.
Yeah, for
real.
real.
In the place, yeah. Yeah, no, I've never, like, hit a kid either. I just tell them stuff back. Like, if they bully me, I'll bully them back. But I also don't remember like the worst thing I've ever been told by a kid. I don't think I've gotten hit that, or not hit, but I don't think I've ever been told. No, I don't think I've ever been told like something super bad by like a kid that made me be like, "Hey, that was actually really mean." I think I've just been told like, just small stuff like they'll question what I'm doing, or I don't know. I mean, like nothing too crazy that makes me be like, "Hey, that was actually really messed up."
Yeah,
I do see other kids like that really misbehave though, but like, that's just me like observing, and I'm just like, oh, thankfully that's not me with them there. You know what I mean?
What about when you have kids? Are you gonna have kids?
Yeah, I have a couple kids, I guess.
Couple, I'm only trying to have like one, max 3.
You can't do
like.
Oh, I thought you were saying 1, max 1.
I mean, maybe max 1.
No, because then that one kid gets bored.
And now that's why I'd be like maybe 2, but.
And then if you try to become like that kid's best friend, it's gonna be even weird. You're gonna be like one of those weird dads that's like, my son's my best friend, and your son's gonna be like, piss off, dad.
What? Me and my dad are real close. Like,
Kid,
bro,
like
what are you insinuating?
Like that.
I'd like to be really close to my son. Like, nah.
No, but those that are like way too attached to their kids. Like, I get it. Like, yeah, be close with your kids, but don't be like, like, oh, my kid's like the only friend I basically have, is what I get from it whenever they're like that close to the kid.
Well, what about siblings? Like, you tell your brother a bunch of shit. Like, y'all are really close or no?
I think we're getting closer now than we were as kids. Like, I know as kids we used to fight a lot,
yeah.
Like physically fight, and then not really argue, just more physically. But then as the years go by, I think we're getting like closer. We're like starting to tell each other stuff more than like way before, or like. Yeah, where we just have like our own little jokes. Or like yesterday for Thanksgiving, I was under the influence. So like,
Jesus, bro.
And so whenever I'm under the influence, I'm like a little bit more like like open about things in general. Or I'd like say like I don't think as much about what I'm gonna say. I just say stuff just more like that. So I was making more comments about things in general, and like I had them laughing here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was something I was gonna mention, but I'll tell you off camera.
Nah. All right, tell me. I'll remind you, I guess.
No, but yeah, I think we're getting closer now. But I mean, like, I know there's some that are like, they've been close to their siblings since they were like 5.
Yeah.
And then there's others that are like, oh, once we hit like 20s, when we're like, yeah, okay, that childish stuff is like over. Now we're cool.
Do you feel like that's normal nowadays? Like it's cool or normal to be close with your sibling, like real close, or you feel it's just like like it's not so common here in the States, or just here in general?
No, I think it is common, but I think it is common for them to be close, but there definitely is still like a limit, because I know there's one individual. Well, I think I told you. Yeah, I probably did tell you. There's one individual that I know that he was talking to this girl. And the girl and her brother were like close, like mad close.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so like in the sense that her brother was like the priority or stuff like that. Which I mean, like, yeah, like, have your sibling as a priority, I get it, but hers was more of like he needs to be like number one.
Yeah.
Like he's gonna be my top whatever.
What are you
And
doing, step bro? Type of thing. Like, nah, dude.
So-
That's just weird. I can't.
So yeah, I definitely think there's like a limit to like how close to be, right? Like yeah, care for your siblings, but don't be like, oh, they're my entire world. Like I just think that at that point it's like, okay.
Yeah, no, like an example, like when I was in Europe, one of my friends, I'm not gonna say who, super cool person, everything was great. She told me that there's this game, it's called Pussy in My Pocket, I think. I think I told you this. I think that's what the game's called.
Sounds familiar, yeah.
But it's in like German or something. Anyways, it's basically a matching game. Like you have a ton of blocks, and on each block is a picture of a different pussy. Like it's literally the vagina, and it's just there. And then you just lay them all out, and then it's like, okay, let me match them. Whoever matches the most wins. But she was like, she showed me the thing, and she's like, yeah, like it's Pussy in My Pocket. It's like a little game like this, whatever. And she's like, it's really cool. You basically match the vaginas, and on the box, like it shows pussy, like literally. And she's like, little fun fact. It's like one of them's my sister's, and it's identical. Like they have two in there, and it's pictures of my sister's basically pussy, and it's in there. So haha. And I was like, haha. Like I was like, cool, but like I'm like that close. I'm not that close. Like I'm not trying to see Justin's junk out here on my desktop PC. Like, nah, bro, not doing that. But like, that's pretty close, and it's crazy how common it is, like, for people to be really close to their siblings. But I'm not like, hand by hand with Justin or something. So
I mean, with yours it would be more spicy because you're twins.
Yeah, I mean, we get along. Everything's cool.
Right,
We
twins. Cause I don't think you could see it from the camera. So twins.
No, I can see it,
Oh.
dude. It's your hands.
Yeah,
I can see everything here, but down. Like,
I'm doing air quotes because you guys don't look alike, so we don't really know if you're actually twins or you're just saying that.
dude, some people didn't believe me in high school. Like, I think even middle school, people didn't believe we're actually brothers.
They don't believe me, but okay.
Y'all selling it hard. You're just friends, and then you're going home in the same car. Like, haha. Like, you got me. Like, bro, what are you talking about? Like, it's crazy. I don't know.
Yeah, no, but I think there's definitely a limit for it. But yeah, like I said, I do know, like, I've heard, like, a lot of people that have, I think the only ones that I like, what makes it tough is
What? I think
like, because I know that there's some siblings that they get close to each other because of like trauma experiences. Like
Okay.
that, I understand. Like
Yeah,
whenever
yeah.
you have like a rough childhood and like you literally have only each other to depend on.
Yeah.
I get that you're close because of it. But at the same time, you never know when they have that unless they tell you out front, like straight up, like, oh, we're close because of trauma.
Yeah.
Right. So if you don't know that, but you see them super close, you're kind of stuck with like, are they close because it's in a disgusting way, or are they close because they went through it and like they're each other's pillars, right? So like it's kind of hard to judge it without knowing the full thing. So
I mean, because it's not, you're not gonna pinpoint it to one thing. If I was going through something traumatic, my dad's beating my ass every day, right? Then not like me and Justin, for example. I get my ass beat by my mom all the time when the whole divorce situation happened. What the fuck you laughing for? What the hell, bro? So yeah, like I get beat all the time, and Justin's just snacking on cookies. He's snacking on cookies and shit. It's like, wait, that's on you. Like, bro, what do you mean it's on me? Like, I was basically I was getting in a ton of trouble so that way I can get custody with my dad. My mom had custody of us, so my dad was basically, we came up with the idea like we got to get in a lot of trouble so that way my mom can basically just like give up, and like it was just too much for her. She had work, all this stuff. It's a tough time, and and I was like, all right, let me act up then. So I got in a lot of trouble, and like for the perfect example, I had homework, like basic ass multiplication shit in middle school, like basic stuff, and it was just like 1 page, 2 pages. My friend and I were swapping video games. I had Gears of War. He had Red Dead Redemption when it just came out. And I was like, dude, we got a game swap. And then I'll play for 2 weeks, and then you can play mine for 2 weeks, and then we'll swap back. So he's like, yeah, deal. I didn't get to play it really at all. It was my first day. I got home, and I was like, oh, I'm going to grind on this, right? I put it in the Xbox. I'm at the start screen, and then Justin's like, hey, can I play? I'm like, nah, dude, like, I literally just got it, and I'm about to play. He's like, but you have homework. And then my mom was like, oh, you have homework? Like, you should let your brother play. Just let your brother play, and then when you're done with your homework, like, it's good. I was like, all right. Did my homework literally in like 5-10 minutes. I come back down. I'm like, all right, my turn. And then Justin's like, no, dude, like, I just started. Like, at least, like, you can play tomorrow. And I'm like, dude, it's my game swap. Like, I did the game swap with this guy. Like, what are you talking about? So we got a huge argument. And long story short, I just turned off the console. I was like, fuck you, dude. Like, if you're not going to get off, I'm just end your shit right here. So I turned off the console. I got my ass beat. I got slapped for it and shit. She's like, you're grounded and you're going upstairs. Right? And I was like, dude. And Justin's just like, you shouldn't have done it, right? And I got grounded for 2 weeks, which is how long I had the game. When the second week came up and I was like, finally, I got to play it. My friend's like, hey, yeah, I already finished the other game. Can we have my game back? I really need it, bro. Like, I really need it. And I had to give it back to him. We had game swap back. And Justin was like, that's on you. But it's like, bro, like, you got me in trouble for some bullshit reason. This is insane. 2 weeks grounded for some bullshit. I don't know. I'd always get in trouble for some stupid stuff, but Justin was just chilling. So something traumatic, you know, if you count that as traumatic, okay, but that didn't make us close at all. Like, I didn't get closer to Justin like, oh, you're right, bro, we got in trouble together. Like, nah, dude. Like, I didn't see you get slapped and shit.
I meant traumatic in the sense that both of them were getting in trouble
Well,
together.
that's why, but like that's what I'm saying. Like, dude, it wasn't like that with me. It was me going through all that shit, and Justin was just, you know, enjoying the ride, I guess, on the side, just observing, right? So, I don't know. It sucked for me, but it's whatever. Like fucking whatever, dude. That's why we're not like super close or anything. Like,
Right.
but we definitely do get along now compared to before. We used to always fight before and argue and shit, but it's very rare that we do now.
Well, that's good that things are turning up. Right?
Nah, dude. Turn up. Nah, I rarely see Justin. I don't see him too often.
Well, I gotta bounce, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap up here.
All right.
It's a hot take to end on. Anything you wanna say before we close it out?
Next time we could talk about my gummy story.
Okay, we'll keep that noted.
Yeah, we can talk about something like that because I tried gummies for the first time, y'all.
Oh, those type of gummies.
Yeah. What gummies were you talking about?
I legit thought you just meant like store brand, like store bought gummies, like just candies.
No.
That's why I was. Part of me was like, yeah, we can listen to it, but the other part of me was like, what kind of story happens with just gummy? But whatever.
Actually, scrap it. I don't want to talk about it. We're not going to talk about it.
All right, we're not talking about it.
We'll just wrap it up here.
Okay.
Fuck it. I don't have any plugs or nothing. I deleted everything, so y'all can't reach me anywhere. But whatever.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in. You can catch the show on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. I think that's it. And you can follow me on Instagram. It's _Luis Valvera _. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you all next week's episode.